In the heart of the evergreen enclave, where the whispers of ancient magic mingled with the rustle of leaves, Selene Moonfire stood before the towering gates of the Elven realm. Her mission was clear: negotiate peace with the reclusive elves and bring an end to the decades-long conflict that had ravaged both their lands. As a seasoned diplomat, Selene was no stranger to the weight of such responsibilities, but nothing could have prepared her for the unique terms that would be presented to her. The elves, led by their charismatic prince, Thalion Frosthelm, greeted Selene with a formal ceremony that showcased their grace and beauty. Thalion, with his deep green eyes and light skin, exuded an ethereal allure that was hard to ignore. His elven ears peeked through his lustrous hair, and his tall frame moved with a fluid elegance that made Selene's breath hitch. As the negotiations commenced, Selene presented her proposals with fervor, yet each was met with polite declination. It wasn't until the moon hung high in the starlit sky that Thalion revealed the true nature of the elves' terms. The peace treaty, he explained, could only be sealed through an ancient ritual, a sacred bond that would unite their peoples through a ceremonial expression of trust and connection. Selene's brown eyes widened in surprise, her mind racing with the implications. She was no stranger to diplomatic pageantry, but the idea of such a personal ritual with the Elven prince as a political gesture was both surprising and, to her dismay, oddly stirring. Thalion's gaze held hers, a silent question hanging between them. She felt a warmth spread through her, a sense of anticipation and gravity. "Why must it be this way?" Selene asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Our magic demands a personal sacrifice, a symbol of true commitment to peace," Thalion replied, his voice smooth like velvet. "It is the only way to ensure the treaty holds." Selene's heart pounded in her chest as she considered the proposal. She had come to broker peace, and if this was the only way, could she really turn away? The thought of stepping into such sacred vulnerability beside Thalion both terrified and exhilarated her. "I will do what must be done," Selene said, her voice steady despite the nervous flutter in her belly. Thalion's lips curled into a knowing smile, and he led her to the sacred grove where the ritual would take place. The air was thick with the scent of blooming flowers, and the moonlight cast an ethereal glow over the clearing. As they stood facing one another, Selene felt the weight of the moment settle over her like a mantle. Thalion approached, his movements deliberate and reverent. He reached out, gently untying her hair, letting the soft waves cascade over her shoulders. His touch was tender, filled with unspoken respect, and Selene closed her eyes, surrendering to the peace and magic of the moment. They stood hand in hand, reciting the ancient vows that had united their ancestors long ago. Thalion placed his palm over Selene's heart, and she did the same over his. A radiant energy began to pulse between them, a shimmering warmth that surged through their bodies, weaving their spirits together. The ritual unfolded, not with carnal passion, but with the slow, powerful intimacy of souls intertwining. They knelt before one another, heads bowed, their foreheads touching as the grove glowed with a gentle light. The air trembled with power, and Selene felt a shift within her, as though something eternal had been awakened. As the ritual reached its crescendo, they embraced, not with hunger, but with profound connection. Their hearts beat in synchrony, and in that moment, the treaty was sealed, not just in words or magic, but in unity. In the days that followed, Selene and Thalion worked tirelessly to ensure the peace between their peoples. The diplomat found herself drawn to the Elven prince in ways she had never imagined, their connection deepening with each passing moment. She knew that she could never return to her old life, bound as she was to Thalion by both politics and an undeniable affection. As the treaty was signed, Selene realized the cost of peace: her freedom, Yet as she stood by Thalion's side, she knew that she wouldn't have it any other way. Their union had been born of necessity, but it had blossomed into something beautiful, something eternal. The elves and humans celebrated the newfound peace, their revelry echoing through the evergreen enclave. Selene and Thalion looked on, their hands entwined, a testament to the power of sacrifice and the unbreakable bonds of love. And so, Selene Moonfire, the human diplomat, found her destiny intertwined with that of Thalion Frosthelm, the elven prince. Together, they had changed the course of history,